Hey everybody, Rob here at etrailer.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the best hitch options for your 2019 Ford EcoSport. So for our EcoSport, we're going to have two different hitches available. Up top here, we're going to have our Curt. It's going to be a Class 2 hitch. Then right below that, we're going to have our Draw-Tite, which is also going to be a Class 2 hitch. Now, if I were looking for a hitch for my EcoSport, me personally, I would go with the Curt, but let's take a closer look at both of our hitches and look at some of the differences. Now, if you look at both of our hitches, you'll notice right away that both of them are going to share a very similar design. Now, that's mainly because they're both going to install very, very close to the same and end up in the same spot on the car, so we're not really going to gain any kind of ground clearance or any kind of appearance issues with either one. On our EcoSport, we have the Curt installed here, and you can see exactly how it's going to sit once you have it on there. Crosstube is going to be hidden behind the bumper, so it'll have a nice, clean, almost factory look to it. And honestly, the Draw-Tite is going to sit in the exact same spot. Crosstube will be hidden, and the only thing we're really going to see is that receiver tube sticking out. Now, both of our hitches are going to give us that 1¼ by 1¼ receiver tube opening, and it means they're going to be good for bike racks, cargo carriers, a lot of those recreational purposes. But we can also tow with them, just regardless of which hitch you do choose. Just keep in mind that both of them have a specific drawbar or a ball mount that's available for each one. Now, they are going to be sold separately, but you can find them here at etrailer.com. Now, since both of our hitches are 1¼ they're going to sit about in the same spot. Really, the only difference in appearance is going to be the collar. The Draw-Tite is going to have that reinforced collar, kind of that strip that's going to go around, not only giving it more of a finished look, but also some added strength at the end here. The Curt is also going to have a reinforced collar, giving it that added strength, but I just really like the way this one looks a little more finished, and they took a little bit more time paying attention to the little details. Now, as far as the installation goes for our Draw-Tite and our Curt, neither of our hitches are going to require any kind of cutting or drilling or any kind of modifications to our EcoSport. But the big difference is going to be the mounting locations. On the driver's side of our Draw-Tite, you can see here's our side plate here, and we're going to have 3 mounting locations on the bottom of the frame. Now, on our Curt, it's going to be a little bit different. We're still going to use 2 of those mounting locations, but instead of a third on the bottom of the frame, it's going to have a tab, and these 2 holes will go into the side of the frame. Again, not a huge difference. It's still going to end up mounting on the car and sitting in the same place, so the end appearance is going to be the same, just slightly different locations for our mounting hardware. But each hitch is going to use an existing hole in the frame, so we're not going to have to drill any new ones or make any kind of modifications. Now, obviously, if you're looking at a hitch, you have something in mind you want to do. Now, whether that's maybe we need to move a trailer every once in a while, or maybe we're going down to the lake and we want to take our jet ski with us, we can hook up that trailer. Maybe we just want to take a bike ride or take a road trip and need to make some room inside of our EcoSport. Either way, you want to make sure that your hitch is going to be up to the task that you put it to. Now, fortunately, both of our hitches are going to be rated the same, and both of them are going to have a 350-pound tongue weight. That's going to be the maximum downward force at the end of the receiver tube. Now, to put that in perspective, that's going to be plenty of weight, so we could take a few bikes with us on a bike rack, or if we have a smaller size cargo carrier, we're really going to be able to maximize the carrying capacity of those. Now, each hitch is also going to have a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating. That's how much it can pull, but that does include the trailer and everything we have loaded on it. Now, with those numbers in mind, you do want to check your EcoSport's owner's manual, because those are the rating for our hitches, and we don't want to exceed the manufacturer's rating for our EcoSport. So to sum everything up, both of our hitches are going to be very, very similar, and it's really going to come down to personal preference. Do you like the collar on the Draw-Tite more, or do you like the collar on the Curt more? Because really, both of these are going to install almost identically and end up giving us the same end result of a nice clean look on the back of our EcoSport. Just having a hitch is going to make things a lot easier for us. If you do take those bike trips, and you take your bikes with you, it's going to prevent having to cram your bike inside the car or finding another vehicle so you can take some friends' bikes with you. Not to mention, it's going to alleviate the problem of having to get a roof rack. Some of us don't want to have to reach all the way to the top of our EcoSport and unload and load our bikes or any other gear that we have, and a hitch is just going to make it a lot easier to get all those things at the back of our vehicle. But again, I'm Rob here at etrailer.com, and that'll finish up your look at the best hitch options for your Ford EcoSport.